Oh man, what a week. Friday, Bitcoin up 4.7%, Fantom up 30%, and many altcoins are running in over 20% territory. What is going on at the end of a week where Luna, a top 10 cryptocurrency, has officially started to get delisted from exchanges? Yes, all in 4 to 5 days. This has happened. You've taken a top 10 cryptocurrency and it's gone to absolute zero. Are we in for a dead cat bounce? Is this just a little relief rally, and is there more risk to the downside? We're going to analyze that and a lot more because the market is seeming pretty green. We're getting a nice rally and some hopium is starting to come back in. Should we be cautious? What should we be doing in this market? I'm going to cover all of that off and some more. So hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. These videos are brought to you by our very own course member live streams, ijaz.uk/member, links in description, and join our community where you can have access to 3 times weekly live streams so you're not alone in the cryptocurrency market. Now, as you can see here, I'm sat here looking at the Bitcoin 1 hourly chart, and you remember yesterday we ran to pretty much our lows here at the bottom of 25,300 territory. Now remember, I've got a support line at about 24,000, after which we start heading towards 20,000. So those are my levels to the downside. Now you can see on the hourly, we've managed to recover the key psychological support to resistance level of 30,000. But remember, if and until we don't get above it and create a retest, this can be acting like resistance. In other words, we could just be using it for our relief rally. This is a bearish continuation pattern. The RSI resets. Can you see? The RSI is no longer oversold anymore like it was here. It's reset, and now the bears have more momentum to push to the downside. In other words, they've taken a breather. Imagine you've just run a sprint. They just want their 30-second break, which is this movement here, before they try to push to the downside. That's a bearish continuation pattern. In order for that not to be the case, we need to see a bit of this kind of action. We need to hold 30 and then start working our way towards the next support line, which is 32,614. At the moment, we've not secured 30. We're kind of just hovering there, but we've not comfortably secured it where we can bounce off it and start working to the upside. So we need to hold a little bit of caution here. Now, to add some context behind this, because everything has context, Bitcoin doesn't just move in a silo, we need to look at what's going on in the wider markets. And in the wider markets, if you look at the futures indices, we still got a good 2 or 3 hours here before the US markets open up, but you can see the futures are up. They're in the green. You got 0.72 on the Dow futures, 1%, which is quite solid on the S&P futures, and 1.6 on the Nasdaq, which is interesting. And more importantly, what it looks like we're trying to do is we're trying to avoid bear market territory on the S&P. So S&P closed the day at 18% of all-time highs. If it hits 20%, that would be an official bear market, okay? 20% would be your official bear market. So it looks like investors are coming in to almost buy the dip there and prevent that low. But again, they could be facing that dead cat bounce as well. Now, what is this dead cat bounce I'm speaking of? Well, a dead cat bounce is when you have a big move to the downside, you sometimes get a little bit of relief rally. Now, no cats were hurt in the making of this video, just as a disclaimer, but what happens when a cat is dead and you, for whatever reason, want to drop it from a height is it will still bounce, right? That's the idea behind this silly name, but the idea is it will still get a bounce, even though it's done. Right? It's still done. The bears are still in control. And that is why people get trapped in here. I call this green candle disease. We have nothing to do here. We should not be buying here because we have no confirmation that we are heading to the upside. There's still a risk to the downside. Bears are still in control. So a lot of really inexperienced people get caught up in here. And that's exactly what we've got right now. You do not want to get caught up in here chasing green candles. It's not what we do. We do not buy on days like this. 4.7% up on Bitcoin. 6.5% up on Ethereum. Fantom up 31%, Solana up 16%, you've got Algorand up 13%, you've got 69% on Cadena, Avalanche up 14%, 19% on VeChain, Coty up 27% roughly at the time of recording, you've got the likes of Link up 12%, so you can see the market is rebounding pretty strongly. And the only thing I want to take away from this, because right now I'm not buying into this market, like I've just explained from the dead cat bounce principle, but what we can take away from this is how quickly crypto moves, and that's a really important concept we need to understand. So when you're in the hype of the market, when Bitcoin's creating new all-time highs, if you guys can recall, there was a lot of frustration around new people entering crypto. I get this a lot, of course, given the fact that I'm making videos on this. You get people messaging saying, why are these altcoins not moving? Well, because the new crypto traders and investors come into crypto because they've heard of some story where altcoins are moving 20% a day. Right? And they're coming into crypto when Bitcoin was at all-time highs, and Bitcoin was maybe moving like 0.5%, 1%, and cryptos were moving 2-3%. They're like, hang on a second, we thought these are going to move really, really fast. But that's not when crypto moves fast. Crypto moves fast in these moments when they've taken a battering and they're ready to explode. And that is what you can see now. When something like Fantom and these projects, all these projects pretty much, are so suppressed now in a bear market, you will see it start to bounce really quickly as people start to buy the dip really quickly once confidence comes back in. And you will see how quickly these start to shoot up. And before you know it, you'll be like, oh, how's that? How did that happen? Bitcoin's back up at 40,000. I thought I'm going to have plenty of time to buy at 24, 23. And that's the problem with bounces. Now, that doesn't mean we FOMO in, because when the patterns are showing us there could be a dead cat bounce or more downside, we need to be patient. So we're not going to chase these green candles. We're going to let it come to us. I'm still holding that we may come down to 24. Remember, on the weekly chart, the positive scenario which I shared with you yesterday is still in play, and you can see it's coming more and more in play. If I zoom in, remember, we have officially wicked below the lower low. We have created a lower low below June 2021, but the weekly close is not below the 29,000 level. Okay, so we've not had a weekly close below that low, which is a bit of a positive. Okay, it's our last kind of bit of hopium, right? You know, because technically this pattern has broken down, but if we can close weekly above 29, that could give us a chance that we could potentially start working our way back up into the pattern. But most the highest probability is that the bulls are in control, and we need to maintain that here in this situation. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a rally here. You can see here we've bounced a couple of times on the 5-minute chart of 30. Can we push on and head towards 32? If we can head towards 32, that's going to make the market a lot more comfortable. If it loses 30, then 24 comes back into play. Okay, so what am I doing in this market right now? I mean, obviously we've got, you know, Luna kind of delisted, right? Delisted from many exchanges. You can see the price point of Luna, invalid symbol. Oh wow, violated. I did not know that it does that. So yeah, clearly delisted off Binance, so it now says invalid if you try to click on the link. You can also take a look at the peg. The peg is horrific. If ever there was a horrific peg. Let's take a look at this. And this is a peg that is supposed to be sat at $1, okay? So for all of you guys, anybody who's lost money in Luna, guys, heart goes out to everybody. And the reality is, this is just money, right? And money can be made back. What is more important is the lessons learned, because you may think this is money wasted, but it's not. I assure you not. The one thing that I can't pay for is the experience I have in the markets. Right? And that's ultimately what gives you the foresight. When I'm sitting here and I'm saying, oh, why don't we have a balanced portfolio? It's not because I'm smart and somebody else is not. It's just because I've been through that. Maybe not with Luna. I've lost money like that in other projects, right? Which means I can see it a few steps beforehand, and I make sure I don't allocate too much to a certain project. But for anybody new and even experienced people, they were investing a lot of money in Luna, and it hurts. And it hurts, and sometimes you just need to walk away from crypto for a little bit, clear your mind. I don't mean forever. Couple of days, couple of hours a day, go for a walk, do something different, stay away from the charts, and just reset, because the knowledge you've attained is what's valuable, right? If you go to speak to any multi-millionaire, billionaire who's built a successful business or built a successful investment fund, and you said to them, we took all the money off you and you had to start again, trust me, a lot of them could build up their net worth pretty quickly back again, much quicker than the first time they did it, because of the knowledge. The asset is in the brain, the asset's in the learning, it's through the mind-muscle connection that you've already done it. Right? It's memory, it's there. And that's what's important right now, is you've gone through this process, you're living through this bear market, and that is going to hold you in great stead. If you plan to be in crypto for 10, 15, however many years, this is going to hold you in really good stead that you've been through this bear market. Because who are the millionaires that you look up to right now in the crypto space? They're the ones who were around in the previous bear markets, before COVID, before 2017, right? And they went through this. They saw Bitcoin go to 20,000, then fall all the way back to 3. Right? They've been through that. And now you're going to be part of that story where you saw Bitcoin go to 70, fall down to 24. You're part of that movement. You're part of that story, and you've learned through that process, and you've adapted. And those skills are really important. We're seeing those people in the Discord. We're seeing those people in the Twitter. And shout out to you guys who are being really pragmatic and not getting caught up in emotion, but trying to be a bit more rational with it and say, okay, I understand. I got burnt on that one. Fine. I'm going to lick my wounds. It happens, but let's get back on the horse. Let's get back on the horse. Let's understand, okay, what mistake did I make? Did I put that as too much on my portfolio? Yep. Did I get too excited? Did I not have enough conviction? Sometimes you could do everything right and things can still go out of control, right? It can just happen. It doesn't mean you're a bad investor suddenly overnight. No, just get back on the horse, keep learning, and try to progress. And now my thesis right now is, if, you know, I've been saying this for a while. You need to be in high conviction plays, but I doubled down on that for you guys yesterday. I made it very clear that I personally would not be in any second derivative plays. I'm not in any ecosystem plays. I'm focused on staples. I'm focused. If this was a stock market, I'm focused on blue chip companies with good profitability, right? And it's the same for crypto. I just want to be in the big names right now. When times are tricky, I just want to be in the big names which are proven in the market. And you may ask, what are those? And a lot of them are pretty obvious, right? Big part in Bitcoin, big part in Ethereum, Cardano, Fantom you can have in as a bit more of a riskier play, but again, as a sensible part of your portfolio. Similarly, I'd put something like Algorand in there, right? Because of the technology and the conviction I have in the technology. Then you want to look at the likes of Solana. What about DOT, Matic, Chainlink? These ones have been around and they're going to give you a far more secure portfolio than trying to pick the next 1000x. This is where people go wrong again now. Because you're in a bear market where you have the opportunity to accumulate some of the best names at good prices. And if you take this opportunity to instead go try take a risk on a second derivative play or an ecosystem play, or you look for another coin, right? Like I see people chasing after ApeCoin now, or chasing after Cardano, or these kind of projects. This can be very, very risky. Yes, you may get a crazy return on it, but it's all about risk reward. And for me right now, I'd be doubling down on building out a strong, stable portfolio with the solid names, the ones I've mentioned, the solid plays, and just focused on that and keeping the balance in the portfolio and building and accumulating that. Now, the challenge with accumulating, and this is something that not a lot of people are talking about, is everybody is out of cash. And I completely understand if that's the situation you're in. If you're out of cash right now, that's part of the challenge. And that's why we need to talk about this, which is you need to figure out how to go and get more cash to put into the markets. A lot of people just don't talk about this. They say, oh, just keep buying the dip, keep buying it. Yeah, but you've bought many layers of a dip already. We've come all the way from 69,000 and people have no doubt been buying the dip already. So what you need to do is the aim of the game, and the ones who do the best are those that are able to get new cash and funnel it into the market. It's not the ones who can move around their 10K portfolio 100 times and move from this coin to this coin and move from this to coin, that are building wealth. The ones who are building wealth are those that are dollar cost average. They're finding another $1,000 and they're putting it into the market. They're finding another $1,000 from a business they're running, or some job they're doing, or they're doing some overtime, or they don't buy that silly car and they go invest it in crypto instead now in this market. Because anything you're buying now can very quickly triple up, right? Triple up, quadruple up, more than that up. Even solid plays. That's what I'm saying. To now get crazy returns, you don't need to go into super crazy risky plays right now. Even some of these staples are super undervalued. Something like Bitcoin, can easily 2.5x back to its all-time highs. Not to be snubbed at, right? And so that's the mindset we need to get into now, is rotate to our blue chip crypto plays. Because if there is more downside, you're going to wish you were in some of those. You're going to wish you had some of these anchors in your portfolio. Now, as times start to get a little bit better, because you're monitoring the markets and you're in it during the bear market, you will be able to accumulate the hot projects as and when they come, right? But the hot projects, we need to understand that if there is a Luna or there is a new hot project of the time, we understand when we're entering them, we ride them up and we take profits on those when the time is right. But for now, to build out a portfolio, got to be in those staples. You've got to be in those projects. I mean, look at where we're at right now, guys. Fear and greed 10. And trust me, when it's painful, when you feel horrible and you don't want to deploy any more capital, chances are that's when you need to be deploying the capital. That's when you need to, cancel that holiday and go put that money into crypto, because nobody's doing that right now. Nobody's talking about crypto. Nobody's interested in it, apart from the scandal around Luna and listening to what happened. Nobody's actually sitting there trying to educate themselves and invest in crypto. So if you're one of the few that are doing that and watching these videos and really trying to understand how does crypto work, you're going to love it when you start working through this situation. As fear starts to come in, you'll see the greed start to come in, and then the tourists will come in and they'll start pushing the prices higher and higher and higher. And that's when we get ready for our exit plans. Because guess what? Once the prices go back to all-time highs and Bitcoin creates a new high, let's say at 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, then we need to get ready for the fall back down to repeat the process. And that's how the game works. And that's what we need to get prepared for. So there you have it, guys. I am expecting a slight dead cat bounce here on crypto. If we get a bounce, fantastic. No issues with that at all. I've got to be prepared for the downside. I've got to be prepared for 24K. And if we start working our way towards 24K, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average. Nibble, 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 and nibble in more significant chunks the closer we get to 24. on my blue chip plays. I do not. I just want to make clear. I do not have time for any small cap plays right now. The smallest pretty much cap plays I'm talking right now are Fantom and Algorand. I'm not getting smaller than that, to be completely honest. And even those, you've got to understand, they've got to be a certain size of your portfolio, okay? But you can see how quickly these rebound back. So just keep that in mind. Stay positive. Stay in the market, because this can change very quickly. I've seen it before where you've fallen down. I mean, last summer when crypto fell to 29, it recovered really quickly. And people did not get the chance to buy at 29. They were so fearful. Before you know it, Bitcoin was back at 40, 45, and they were buying at 40, 45 instead of 29. Makes a huge difference to your average cost basis. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. If you appreciate my perspective, consider checking out ijaz.uk/member to join our free times weekly course member live streams where you can ask me questions on technical analysis, tokenomics, fundamental analysis, right? We can critique your portfolio. We can talk about macroeconomics and my thoughts in the market in real time. That's what the course member live stream is there for. As always, guys, I'm going to link up the video to the CEO of Fantom, Michael Kong's long form interview. If you still haven't watched that, go and watch that interview. You're gonna get yourself a cup of tea maybe tonight and go watch that interview, because those are the kind of interviews you want to be watching in this market. It's going to help you build conviction, remind you that crypto are not just these green and red candles on a chart, but there's actually really intelligent minds out there building great projects, and it's our job to identify them. Right? A market crash, just like the Tesla is crashing right now in terms of share price, it may be falling. But is the company going backwards, or are they improving day by day? Is Elon Musk rallying the troops day by day to produce better vehicles, better AI, better technology? Yes, and the same is happening in crypto. It's our job to identify those projects and invest in them when we can. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash up the likes and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.